Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 4th Annual Workplace Mental Health Conference. I'm Dr. Sagar Parikh. I'm a psychiatrist and professor here at the University of Michigan, and I'm co-lead of our Workplace Mental Health program. And I'm delighted to see you here for what will be a very exciting afternoon, even if it is on Zoom. I'm going to introduce my co-chair for the conference, Ms. Danielle Taubman.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle Taubman, and I'm also very pleased to welcome you to this year's conference. I've really enjoyed planning and co-chairing this event. I'm a project manager at the Eisenberg Family Depression Center, and I'm a proud member of our Workplace Mental Health Solutions team. Whether this is your organization's first step toward improving employee mental health, or you have a comprehensive workplace mental health program, it's great to have you here. We hope you get a lot out of the conference, and we're looking forward to the range of sessions that we have planned. Thanks for spending your afternoon with us. So first, we just have a few housekeeping items. Apart from the keynote address, all sessions of the conference will be recorded. Slides will be shared this week, and the recordings will be sent out to you within 30 days. This conference has 2 Zoom links. The majority of the conference will take place on the primary webinar link that you use to join the conference. A secondary link will host concurrent sessions 2 and 4, and we will share the links with you in the chat. We've also included both of these links in the reminder emails that we sent out. If you experience any technical issues during the conference, please send a chat message directly to Sarah Akery from our team, and she'll help you out. If you want subtitles during the conference, please click on the CC button at the bottom of your control bar on Zoom to view a live transcription of today's presentations. Please use the Q&A function to ask questions throughout the conference. Questions will mostly be answered at the end of each presentation, but you can feel free to post them as you think of them. And then you can use the chat function to share any comments that you have. We also encourage you to use #WorkplaceMH on your social media to share insights from the conference with others. Lastly, this conference is approved by the University of Michigan to provide 0.4 CEUs, which is equivalent to 4 contact hours. To receive a certificate of attendance, you'll need to complete the conference evaluation that we share with you by August 31st. After you've completed your evaluation, you'll receive your certificate by email within 30 days. Please reach out to your membership organization with specific questions about applying these credits. Even if you don't need CEUs, we would really appreciate your feedback. We take it into account to improve our events. We'd like to take a moment to thank our conference planning committee, which had representation from across the University of Michigan and several external organizations. We really appreciate all of your ideas and insights and your help making the conference a reality. We also want to extend a huge thank you to our conference sponsor, the University of Michigan Eisenberg Family Depression Center, and to our promotional partners, the University of Michigan Center for Occupational Health and Safety Engineering, the University of Michigan Center for Positive Organizations, and Wellness Works. We're really grateful for your support. Now we want to take a moment to get to know you, our audience, a bit better. So we have a poll question for you that should pop up shortly. Please take a moment to answer how you would rate your organization's workplace mental health strategy. The responses range from a more basic approach or doesn't really have a program in place to where our organization is really a model in this area. The response options include: my organization has not taken any steps to support employee mental health. My organization provides mental health benefits like access to mental health professionals, but really doesn't prioritize mental health. My organization provides mental health benefits and has made some effort to enhance employee mental health, like provided a training here or there, maybe acknowledges the importance of mental health. My organization has made a solid effort to support employee mental health, like provided trainings, mental health campaigns to normalize mental health, has done check-ins with employees, or shares reminders about resources. And then finally, my organization has a strong workplace mental health culture and is a model in this area. So allowing for well-being days, has caring managers and leaders, uses mental health language openly, and all of the other benefits and practices mentioned previously. So please select your response and click submit. We have answers coming through, so I'll just give it another couple of seconds for you to respond. It looks like about half of our audience says their organization provides mental health benefits and has made some effort to enhance employee mental health, so kind of somewhere in the middle. Most organizations seem to have taken some steps to support employee mental health. And of course, having you here is a really great step in starting that support. And then just a few, about 8% of the audience says that they're really a model in this area, and their organization has a really strong workplace mental health culture, which is excellent. So thank you so much for responding to the poll. It just gives us a better idea of our audience and your organization. Now I just want to talk a little bit about the current state of workplace mental health and some of the issues that will be discussed today. In 2023, amidst economic uncertainty and many other stressors, both in and outside of the workplace, employee stress, burnout, and mental health problems are still at record high levels. And as you can see, surveys had found that about 40% of employees are feeling burned out, and many are seeking out supportive workplaces. Although we largely have returned to normalcy following the pandemic, we're still seeing how the pandemic shifted the way Americans live and work, and our speakers will address some of these impacts today. Ultimately, workplace cultures that don't put people first have led to recent phenomena like the Great Resignation and quiet quitting. And it's true, people who are burned out feel far less connected to their companies and are more likely to look for a new job as a result. That's why we've themed this year's conference around cultivating a culture of connection. This year's theme highlights the importance of connectivity, community, and inclusivity in the workplace, whether employees work in an in-person, hybrid, or remote capacity. Today, you'll learn some specific ways to support the mental health of your employees and how this benefits both your team and your organization. Because these issues are so important, we want to give you some mental health resources right up front. All of these are online and freely accessible, and these slides will be shared with links so that you can click on those links and explore the resources mentioned. First, the Depression Toolkit is an online educational resource from the Eisenberg Family Depression Center, and it includes self-assessments, treatment options, tips for coping with or managing a mental illness, and ways to support others and raise awareness. Second, the Wellness Worksite is part of an initiative from the Detroit Regional Chamber and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, and it connects businesses with education and tools to develop a work wellness strategy and encourage healthy habits in the workplace. We specifically wanted to highlight their latest downloadable employer guide, which provides strategies on destigmatizing mental health and prioritizing support in the workplace. Third, the Mental Health Resources and Pre-Plan Checklist is a template from the Great Lakes Bay Regional Mental Health Partnership that enables families and individuals to map out their wellness, mental health supports, and other resources. Some of the resources are specific to the Bay region, and then some are more broadly applicable. Next, the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, or LEO, recently created its Mental Health in the Workplace initiative. LEO is working with Michigan employers and professionals to implement strategies and identify opportunities for better workplace environments. They have a list of events and resources available on their site, including their Workplace Mental Health Report. The head of this initiative, Sean Egan, will be part of today's panel discussion, so you'll hear more about the work LEO has been doing in the area of workplace mental health. And then lastly, the U.S. Surgeon General has made some wonderful efforts around the mental health of the U.S. workforce, including the Framework for Workplace Mental Health and Wellbeing, which outlines 5 essentials to help organizations develop and update policies, processes, and practices that best support the mental health and well-being of all workers. We hope you find these resources informative and applicable to your workplaces. Now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Parikh to go through our conference objectives.
Thank you, Danielle. And, I hope you're settling in. I hope you're armed with some food and maybe some chocolate to get you through the next few hours. So what are we going to do today? Well, broadly speaking, our conference has 3 overarching objectives. We're going to get an understanding of workplace mental health trends and specifically how these trends are impacting employee mental health. We're going to dig deeper into one of the key principles that has been identified time and time again in society and in the literature, and that is connectedness, being together, being united, and specifically in the context of today's presentation, fostering community and why that matters for employee well-being. And then we're going to identify a number of best practices in different practice or work settings that can be employed to maximize employee wellness. So this is a version of today's agenda. So there are 4 or 5 key pieces, and we believe in our own mental health, so there are breaks after every major portion. So there are lots of breaks and lots of exciting sessions. We're going to start off with a keynote address about how coming together moves us from surviving to thriving. We're then going to try and engage a variety of perspectives through a panel discussion. And in that panel, you're going to hear from a variety of people who represent different workplace settings. We're then going to move to the concurrent sessions. So there are 2 sessions that are scheduled, and you will pick, well, there are 4, but you will pick 2 out of those 4, and they include the ones that are listed there. In between, of course, there will be breaks, and then we will try to put it all together in a very brief summary as a concluding statement. The program, the conference, was really the brainchild of the Workplace Mental Health Program here at the University of Michigan. Here are the usual suspects in that team. You can see the names there. We do a variety of things. We put on conferences, we do consulting, we give a lot of educational presentations about how to optimize employee mental health. And if you're interested, you can certainly contact us for further information, and our email is listed on this slide. And of course, you'll be getting a copy of these slides later.